Hey there. So guess what? Guess what I'm going to do today? I am going to start some onion seeds. So I'm like really behind on this. So normally I start these in January. This year I said I was going to start them even earlier than I did last year, but instead of starting them earlier, I have actually, now we're actually later than I planted them last year. So it was my intention to have them in dirt no later than the end of January. And here it is, February 12th, but that's okay. I'm going to plant them anyway and see how they do. They may not reach the full size of the onions that they normally do, but we're going to try it out. We're going to see how they do. So let's get started. I'm already behind enough, right? Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 packs of bulb onions, the bulb style, and then I have 1 pack of bunching onions. So these are the bunching warrior, and there's no picture or anything. I got these from Papa's Garden Stuff. No, Papa's Garden Supply. And I got the candy onions or onion candy, same place. This is a bulb onion, supposed to be really sweet. I've got the Texas Grano. All of these are short day onions. If you do not know what kind of onion seed you need, if you're going to plant seeds, you need to find out. You need to look on the map and find out where you're at. Where I'm at in Northeast Tennessee, I am right on the line. So Northeast Tennessee is right on the line where short day stops and intermediate day starts. So I could probably get away with, and I have got away with it before, I could probably get away with doing either one or both. Last year I done both, but actually hardly none of my onions done very well last year, but it was not because of the type that it was because of some bad soil that I had. Everything that I put in that particular bed that had bagged soil from a particular place did not do well. So I don't know what was in the soil, but I hope whatever it is has straightened up this year. I have tried to amend it, and I've planted stuff in it like sunflowers and stuff because those are supposed to help draw any poisons out of the soil. So anyway, that's a whole story all in itself. I am right on the line. Northeast Tennessee is at the very top of where the short day line stops and the intermediate day begins. So I could get away with doing short day or intermediate day onions. So here's a map of the United States, and it shows the bottom portion is short day, the middle portion is intermediate day, and the long day is the very top portion of the United States. And this will show you what type of onion you need to grow. Now you can see right here, I have pointed an arrow to Northeast Tennessee. And so that's where I'm at. I'm right there on the line where the short day stops and the intermediate day starts. So I can absolutely get away with doing either one or both. And I don't have my glasses on to read the back of this, so I don't remember off the top of my head which it is. So I already told you I've got the Texas Grano, and this is the Sweet Spanish Yellow Utah Jumbo. I know that's backwards for y'all. I'm sorry. Just look at the picture. I'll read it to you. And then I've got one red onion, and it's just called Red Burgundy. And those are all the onions that I'm going to do this year. So I'll just divide the bulb onions into this 72 cell tray. Divide it up best I can. I don't eat as many red onions as I do the sweet yellow onions, so I will probably do fewer of the reds. And then I will put my bunching onions in something separate. And bunching onions can even be planted a little bit later. So anyway, the goal today is to get these bulb onions planted. So you can also plant bulb onions just like you would bunching onions. You can put them all together, and then when you get ready to plant them outside, outdoors in March, you can pull them apart then. They're very resilient, and you can put them in the ground then. But I just think it's easier to just separate them from the get-go, and that way you don't have to try to tease the roots apart or anything like that. I just think it's easier for me. Different people have different preferences, and that's just my preference. So anyway, let's get started. The fun's beginning, y'all. So onion seeds are very small. I'm going to start off with the sweet Spanish. I'll show you what the seeds look like here in just a second. Can you see how small those are? Super small, right? So I'm going to put about 2 in each cell. Now, don't forget to put some labels on there. I forget to do that all the time and end up not knowing what I've got half the time. So do the name of your onion and the date. Okay, so I've got them all labeled. And now I'm just going to sprinkle some dirt on top. It's not going to take much because these are super small seeds. It doesn't have to be neat by any means, and it's not going to be. Okay, now I'm just going to mash all of them in just a little tiny bit. I'm not going to push too hard. Then I'm going to take my little squirt bottle and spray them just a little bit. Put my clear dome lid on to hold in the moisture. Slide it on top of my heating mat and let them sit for just a few days. And here they are, just 8 days later. Look how tall. Now these actually came up long before 8 days. I think these were up in like 3 days, but I wanted to let them grow just a little bit before I showed them to you. So this is at the 8-day mark. And that's all there is to it. So get you some onion seeds, get to planting. I hope you guys do a great job. God bless.